Hey. Hey, you. It's been a second. It's been a minute. The place is a mess. My clips are falling apart. I'm losing clips. They're breaking. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate position, when you're struggling to make the rent and you can't even buy yourself a fucking new barrette. You know what I mean? I just, it's okay. Everything is working out exactly as it's meant to, right? That's what I'm supposed to go with, right? That's what y'all, right? Dude, I'm in a silly, goofy mood. I've been in a silly, goofy mood these days, which is a blessing. It's a blessing. I'm grateful for that. I've got no complaints. I keep feeling called here, and I keep not coming over here because I don't know, I'm busy, shit's going on, I'm like working and then doing things and then I'm tired. But like the creative in me is like, can can we roll something out? You know what I mean? No more like micro projects. Can we roll something big out? I want to roll something big out. Um, I'm asking my higher self right now, I'm asking the divine for guidance and support on that movement. It's been crazy lately. Let's put it like that. And you know what's crazier is that I feel that every time we come here, that's what we're saying. Dude, it's been so crazy lately. Oh my God, like the energy, dude, the energy's been crazy lately. At what point do I just understand, is crazy energy my life? Is that what we're doing here? Don't fuck with me, Isabella. Don't fuck with me about what you are and who you are. You know, a lot has become apparent to me. It's bizarre. Learning about yourself and having what feels like something ancient within you be unlocked. It's so sacred, I'm not even going to speak about it. There are things I'm writing, for sure, but there's some stuff that's just so sacred I'm not speaking about. There's some things that I guess they're secrets for you and me. But why am I here? Why am I here? What did you want to see? I send this body out, dude. I send it out into the world every day, every moment, and it collects things. And then I come home and I look at my body and I look at myself and I be with myself and I go, where's this from? Well, that was from climbing a tree. I do know that actually. That was from sitting in a tree with someone, which was a special experience. How often do you, with a practically a stranger, I mean not quite, an acquaintance, a new friend, we sat in a tree for a while and talked and shared stories. Hey, get cozy. He thinks this is a toy. Excuse me, that's not a toy, little pups. That's not a toy. That is a writing utensil. Look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. He's purring. Aw, pups. Dove vai? Mm? Scusa. No. Um, I don't know why I'm here. If I'm not going to talk about it, romance. Okay? It's on the theme of romance, but not quite. It's more so about what romance has become now that I know who I am. And then to say I know who I am, it's such a tricky thing because you ask yourself, are we talking in terms of ego right now? Because we must be, because the ego is I. The ego is what allows there to be an I that is, because what we are is pure beingness, of course. But then there is this I, this character that we create and that interacts with the world and then gets created by the world in a way. But I don't know. I'm in a place. It's a new place to where I don't have as many answers. There is less solidly guiding me. And they say, "Oh, what? They look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. Bambina, poi bambini passini, poi ravioli." Do you see yourself? He looks like he's looking right at himself right now. Hey, is that gentle behavior? Honey, you're just a little baby. You're just a boy with mini passini. Okay. Okay, I put you down. You want to get down? You're a little crazy right now, huh? Un po' pazzo, huh? What do you want? When he gets crazy like this, I'm like, okay, what do you need? What do you need from me? Am I missing something? We got the litter, we got the food, we got the water, we got the attention. What do you need? What do you need, animal? Look at this. It's a monkey. I see he's knocked things on the ground. Hi, Pub. I guess it's a check-in, is what this is. Aren't these all check-ins? But this check-in is to say, I don't know. I have a lot of questions about like, of course, I always have the questions of, and for a long time I've had the questions of, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing to get me where I want to go? And it's like, now I'm in a place where like I hear that question, and I see that she's living in an uncertainty, but I don't feel like stressed about that. We can say that's good or bad. I don't know. I have to believe it's a good thing because I have to believe, because I know that everything is feeling, so it matters how I feel. It's not so much about what the mind is saying, it's about how do I feel. And I feel good. I feel confident. I feel excited. I feel magnetic. I feel powerful. I feel honest. I feel in my truth. I feel authentic. I feel it's fascinating because you change. And yeah, you look at a past version of you and you think, I'm not that person. I'm very clearly not that person. Our belief system entirely different. We behave entirely differently. We look different even. We aestheticize different, like everything. We socialize different. Everything's different. But like that's still me. It's just that was like a more repressed me. Like I'm more me now. I've changed, but I'm more me. But then see, and then you question what is me, and I guess I feel like I'm more spirit. I'm less ego and more spirit, and the work is to not let the ego like hijack things, because the ego wants to come in and say like, look at how hard I've worked, and measure all my suffering to see how much it took for me to get here. And the ego feels it has something to prove, especially when you have like transformed, when you have changed who you are, when you have done the work, when you have healed and done the work to make more space for joy in your vessel. The ego wants to say, I did this, but really I didn't do any of this. I feel as though it happened and I watched it. And it was challenging. Like, that's not to say it was easy. It's just to say, like, I don't know how I could have not become this person. I don't know how I could have not ended up here. Like, it was going to happen. Queen, I don't know. Queen, I don't have all the answers for you. I know you want me to sit down here and say to you, girl, I got it all figured out. I know A to Z. I know 1 to infinity, front to back, top to bottom. I know it. And here's the answers. And here it's so clear. And it's going to be okay. And I can tell you that. It is going to be okay. I don't know how. I don't have a fucking clue how. Reasons, things that could be cause for concern, an old version, right? But today, all I can say to you is like, Queen, I don't have the answers. I don't have an answer. It's so freeing, dude, to just be like massive problem, massive thing, just be like, I don't know, I just know it's gonna work out. Because I've been around the fucking block, dude. We've been around the fucking block. One too many times, actually. I don't know how to talk about it without, like, this is something I feel often, that especially in the middle of a transformation, when you can see that you're healing a particular wound and that you're transforming out of like an old paradigm into a new one, there's always a period where it's challenging to talk about the old period without putting yourself in it, in a way, without like affirming it to a degree that you're like basically allowing it to exist and like allow yourself to be still in it, because that's really how it works. That's the trippy nature of reality, that you're somewhere, but that is not like a certain static thing. It's a very fluid, you're somewhere and you could be somewhere else instantly. Obviously physically I would still be here, but instantly I'd be in an old paradigm, which would be creating a different reality versus attempting to maintain the higher vibration and the new world thinking. So for instance, like, to give this like a practical, going from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset, you know, you learn a lot about yourself in that transition. It's fascinating to me. It's fascinating because I feel like almost beyond my comprehension abundant. My bank account, when I look at it, okay, wouldn't necessarily say the same thing. Huh. Yeah. I don't really know how to talk about that one. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the neuroses like coming out of me as we even breach. I always do that with those, as we broach the topic. Yeah. Because what is the cat doing? He's going crazy on the litter. Sorry, I thought I was gonna burp, and I was like, that's a good sign. We're releasing. Maron. I met so many Italians tonight at work. I met a beautiful Italian man tonight. He was actually only like part Italian, but stop. Don't catch me blushing right now. I met a lot of paisan tonight, okay? I met a lot of paisan. We chatted. It's always good. Got to talk. I met somebody who could be related. I need a text in the family group chat right now. So get this. The customer I served at work. How are my keyboard batteries always low? They're perpetually low. Replace or recharge the battery soon. Babe, I just replaced the fucking battery, so I have to turn this thing off when I'm not using it? Can you even turn... We can turn this off when we're not using it. So get this. A customer I served at work tonight gives me her card to start the tab, and her last name is literally Petracco. I don't even know if that's how we spell it, though. I feel like we spell it differently than her, but still. I actually don't remember how she spelled it, but it was ours. I don't know. Anyways, geez, I'm sorry, I'm off. I'm back. Here's what I'm gonna do, and here's what I'm gonna say to you, okay? Keyboard, batteries, right. Here's what I'm gonna say. And here's what I've learned. No matter what the external reality says, no matter what numbers are in the bank account, I know my abundance. It's been this interesting shift from like thinking I needed wealth. Like I was thinking I needed money, but now I don't feel like I need money. I feel like I am money. Like, because when you make that shift, it reminds me of being 15 and being in my bedroom and listening to Preoccupied by Jon Bellion. Maybe I was 16. I don't know when that album came out, listening to that and looking in the mirror and singing to myself as I used to do. Once you see the genius, it's intimidating, isn't it? Like, that's that feeling of like, wait a minute, I make the magic happen. I'm the vessel which accesses the worlds and which delivers it here to this physical reality where money exists. Money. The fuck is money? Like, it's just an interesting shift, and it's interesting to experience and watch yourself shift, like, from being like, oh, like, I need money, like, what do I need to do, how do I need to get it, versus like, no, like, I'm the wealth, the money just kind of gravitates to me, like, I don't know, dude. There's something there. And we're investigating it. We're exploring. I really like the thing that Bashar says, that like the only thing that you can encounter because we're also afraid of the unknown, right? Or I think it's like such a deeply rooted fear, like that we almost don't even know that it's there. We're afraid of but we like subconsciously like we'll choose things that are more comfortable, like for instance, like cigarettes, like to continue to choose it and be fully like your conscious mind is like, I don't even want this, I do not desire this, and yet I still choose it. It's just like the subconscious being afraid of the unknown, and knowing a cigarette is you know what you're going to get when you smoke a cigarette, like it's known, it's comfortable. But I like to think that Bashar says that like In the unknown, the only thing that you can encounter is more of yourself. And I feel that I've been encountering more and more of myself, and that I've been capable of holding more and more of myself. And it's evident in everything I do. It's just, it's profound. I was talking about this, I was talking to Karina about this, was that last night? Outside of the Pearl. Because we were talking about the poem, my poem that I read, and how, like, I was kind of talking about it at the beginning of this video too. Like, I send this body out and it comes back to me with scars, and like I'm the last one to realize that it's gone out and lived. And alternatively, like, I send this body out by way of like I'm existing, and I send this body out, I send something. I don't know if it's sending, but I'm exploring. I'm in all of these different realms. And I guess my body is there as much as I am there. It just doesn't, physically, we can't see the body, that we don't see it quite the same. But we're there, and we explore, and we change, and we transform, and we are almost the last ones to know that we've changed. Like, it's evident on us before we even are aware of it, in a way. Because I feel that, like, I don't know. It's like I'm becoming aware of what I always was, and maybe how I was always seen, but like more amplified now. And it takes me seeing it to fully embody it in a weird way. It's like it's there, but you do have to accept it. Like, you have to put awareness upon it for it to become in your reality. That's how I'm understanding wealth at this point, anyway. It's interesting. And I don't know. I don't know timelines, Mama. I know, baby. I know, like, you so deeply want a timeline for that. I know that you do. I know that. And I understand why. I do. I've lived the pain of that why. And wow, we're getting personal now. I might just come up here and kiss you. It's okay. It's okay that we don't have the answers. Right, Bo? We don't have to have all the answers. It's okay to just let some things be. And it's okay. I have no idea. I feel afraid to say. Why? Like, why is she afraid to talk about money in that way? Because it's like there's a fear of creating lack by talking about it. But the fear itself is the lack mindset. Because there's nothing to fear. Thanks, Bubs. What you doing? Get close. Oh, look at this. Look at this baby. This is just a little baby. This is just a little baby kitty. You're not supposed to be on the desk, but we talk about this, honey. We do. With our belly. I don't have all the answers. I don't have a timeline for wealth. It's something we wanted to figure out so badly. It's something that it was so well intentioned. Like, I'm just thinking of the affirmation. I have a lavish, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. How many times have we said that, dude? How many times have we said that? And it's just interesting because I just feel like in such a short amount of time, like we accumulated like a lot of debt in addition to what was already there. And it's just like this very mindless, like, but then also it's become like no longer mindless and like where I've been like living in poverty. We did not even have a bed. We still actually don't have a real mattress, but it has gotten better. We do have a trifold now, borrowed from Marissa, and we will have a hand-me-down mattress at the end of this month, actually in like 2 weeks, which is really exciting. Wait, yeah, like a week and a half to 2 weeks, which is so exciting, and I feel profoundly blessed. I just see myself like wanting really to be able to give more and do more and like, yeah, like I want to be able to just like pay for all my friends' drinks, like I want to be able to just like do these little things. Like I want to be able to buy new barrettes, buy new clips. I want to get a better pair of shoes out for work. So it's like shoes that my feet are more comfortable because I have to stand and walk a lot at work. And I'd like to get some new like comfortable clothes that I can wear to work. But I do have things to wear, so need not complain. Um, there's just like this feeling in my mind that like, oh, if I just had this money coming in consistently and in my account, then everything else would be okay. Like, oh, if I could just figure that out, then I could like create something. Then I could da da da. And we had that moment today because money was like flirting with us. She wanted us bad, and then kind of faked us out, but it's okay. Um, I can't explain to you what that means. Sometimes it's you and me, and then I'm like, oh wait, maybe I'm gonna post this online. Like I have to clarify things, and then I go back to it just being you and me. Um, we had that minute today in the shower when money was flirting with us, and we were like, wait, what now? So wait a minute. The money problem, that's interesting. Money solved. What now? What now? It was like, oh, so now the creative projects must come off the ground. They must leap. They must soar. And that was it. But it was just very like, what now? It's so interesting because I know we've come such a long way, dude. Come such a long way. We've learned so much. There was so much we didn't know. Um, because before it was so like, okay, like the divine has like it's coming and it's like it's waiting for me and like and then it became like, okay, why are you keeping it from me? What am I doing wrong? And then it became like, oh, no, I create this and nothing is out of order, out of place. Like this is for whatever reason, like I want it to be this way because there's something in it I must see. There's something I'm attempting to uncover. So that's why it's this way. I don't know. Then am I playing victim to myself at that point? Am I still putting myself outside of me and saying, oh, well, like a higher version of me wants it this way. I don't know. Right now, I'll quote Monica McClure. I quoted this poem many a times before in my life because it's such a distinct feeling. I am tapping my broomstick upon the ethereal marble floors right now. When the brilliance of the mind is shown to you, it's shown to you by way like of your own experience, because I cannot explain to you why. I cannot explain to you the brilliance of that moment and that like that place, and that I guess I could begin to explain, but I just feel like it wouldn't get close, and so it would like just it would muddle it, more than it would illuminate it. I don't know though, because I seek to illuminate by way of art, and I do see language as an art form. It's just like when you are. So there's a shared collective mind. Okay, there's one mind, and we are all just like points of consciousness, sharing that mind. And when you are when you're in the mind, and when you are at the forefront of the collective mind and you are pushing the boundaries of what we collectively already know and understand. And that is a profound experience. So I don't have all the answers. I don't have a fucking one. I mean, that's not true. I have a couple. I have a couple answers. But I think it's time for me to go to bed. This one will be interesting for me to watch back tomorrow, for sure. I have a busy day tomorrow, though, so it might not be tomorrow. But hopefully soon. I trust that my words, that my beingness, that my writing, that my art, that all that I am here to exude, I trust that it is all reaching the parties that are capable of and open to receiving it. I feel very received these days. I feel extremely seen, exceptionally seen. I feel exceptionally seen and embraced and loved and accepted and supported and guided. I really do. I feel very supported, and that is an abundant position to be in. I really do I feel successful. I feel successful. I feel abundant, and it's profound to experience this when, I don't know, the physical markers that my mind expects, like that it equates to abundance and success, are not there. But I feel these things, and I know that, like, I know what I'm experiencing, and I guess that I am. This is what it is, like you have to. He's driving me nuts. You have to like feel everything. You feel it within before it can be physical. He wants me to go to bed. Like, he will get a little bit nuts if it's late and we're not in bed. It's funny. But it feels really good to say those words. I feel successful. When you know that everything is feeling and you get so in tune with your feelings, it's profound because then on this second time around when I said it, it felt good, but I also felt that old familiar fear. Um, and fear comes in so quickly, and it's like, I mean, all emotions, like they like if you to it really assists you to put them into words, but often we don't live mindfully enough. Like the average person does not live mindfully enough to be able to slow down enough to hear those words, or to actually like dissect what the emotion is bringing and saying, like what it's bringing to the moment and bringing to your awareness. But I felt in my moment just now, like a fear, like something kind of like when I felt that success, I also felt the fear of, oh, what if I'm not? And when I feel the abundance, the fear that, like, I guess is it's polar for me, subjective, that comes in is I feel abundant, and then, oh, what if it's taken away? And this is profound because it's so like subjective to Isabella's particular wounds in this life. Let's write it down. Mama, let's write it down. Just oh my god, I have to return that book to the library. I'll put it on the back of this bookmark right now. Okay, so I feel successful. I feel abundant. What if it's taken away? Put a heart on there too. So it's just gonna be in the back of this poetry bookmark now for me to just remember this moment and to remember what is being healed. It's profound. Okay, I'm gonna stop harping because I know it's like at this point. Sorry, my nose is running. She's wiping my nose on my hands. No, I think it's interesting because I'm like using past experiences to like validate those feelings of like I feel successful, I feel abundant. When I feel these fears come up of like what if, I recognize the way in which she's attempting to bring herself back to those feelings, or to validate those feelings by looking at past experiences that confirm, oh, the success and the abundance, um like past, like recent past experiences, because yes, like these are like new. I don't know, abundance has always been around, but I feel it in a very new way on a much larger scale than I ever did. The success, to feel successful at all, is a brand new feeling for my girl. Like brand new. It's crazy. How like I didn't even know the first 25 years of my life, 26 years, that I was 27, even 26, we could say, that I was living with the programming of like I'm a failure. It's that's why this work is so profound, because these are not like, people don't, for the most part, they're not walking around thinking like I'm a total failure. It's a subconscious belief. It's something from your childhood. It's something ridiculous that made you, not ridiculous, but something so small that like as an adult you're like very like life, you have this understanding about life and how the way things just happen, like, and yeah, sometimes like you fail at something, that doesn't make you a failure. No human being is a failure. It's like sacrilegious to me to even to think that. It's just, and that gets us to a baseline, right? If failure is here, then we get to a baseline of like, okay, no human being is a failure. Like that's just like against our beliefs. Then we get the self to the place of like, I feel like a success. And I guess you could look at it this way too, like the poles, failure and success. And then there's that neutral. And now I just feel like we're leaning. And then I guess you could say the same thing, scarcity, abundance, And I just feel like exceptionally abundant. And then, like, obviously I said, like, there are just weird, like, small areas that, like, don't feel abundant. But, like, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of, sorry, I'm wiping my nose again. I'm not sorry. I don't know. I guess I don't need to overanalyze it. My mind loves to do that. It loves to figure every little thing out. Look at you, brilliant mind. Look at you go. You're so cute. You just love to know everything. You love to know everything, queen. And I think that's hot. Like, honestly, babe, you're iconic. Thank you for searching. Thank you for being so ravenous in your search and so persistent. And what if we relaxed? Hear me out, mind. What if we relaxed? What if we relaxed into the feeling of being successful? What if we relaxed into the feeling of abundance? Abundance and success. I feel like that's what's happening in my life. This large scale. And it takes, here's my ego. Here's my mind. Here's my ego, though. It takes like such excellence to be able to see such a large, to see the transformation as it is occurring on the large scale like this. It takes the highest possible perspective, and baby, I'm occupying it. Here's what my ego wants to say. It wants to say, anyone that I owe money to, you better fucking believe I'm gonna pay you back in more. I'm gonna pay you back in more. My ego wants to say that. It's important to my ego. And like my higher self knows, like, everything happens as it's meant to. Like, relax. Like, it all gets taken care of. It really does. Like, you don't owe anyone anything, really. Everything is balanced. It's just like the physical reality says shit sometimes. Shit that ain't true, but whatever. You pay it off. And it's like you pay off your debts. But you were never in debt because you could not possibly be in debt. Because whatever was given to you, like, what's the wording? It's just always an equal exchange. Like, whatever was given to you, what's the way to put it? Because time, our like 3D understanding of time, or I guess time is the fourth dimension, but like our limited understanding of time is like getting in the way of me being able to explain this. Like, for instance, like you take out student loans and you think like, oh, like I'm borrowing, I owe them. But really, like, what you are providing and what you are being is equal to what you are borrowing. Like, there's no debt. Debt's not real. It's just physical bullshit. Sometimes there's like physical bullshit that just whatever. Just like don't pay that much mind to it. It's just like pay it off and you move on. It's like that's it. Anyway, I love you, dude. Let's cut it. Let's end it with this. I want you to tell me, Okay, the AC. What does success feel like? What does it feel like? I want you to tell me because you're experiencing it. It feels like looking into my eyes and seeing that I am exactly what I always knew I was. And more, actually. And a total surprise to myself at the same time. Success feels like ease. It feels like laughter. It feels like when I have like really fun interactions with people at work, guests, like customers and coworkers. Like when I make someone laugh, when I feel like I get the tone right, when I get the words right. Success feels like when I read a poem at an open mic and I can feel everyone in the room on the edge of their seat for my next word. I love that feeling. I love that feeling. It feels like when I am writing. When I am writing and creating and I lose myself and I'm in total flow. It feels like intimate moments with people that are important to me. When we share vulnerability and love and success feels like the beauty that is all around me. Success feels like looking at the mess in my apartment and not being stressed out by it. Like looking at the mess and just thinking, oh, this is beautiful art. This is a beautiful representation of life right now. Success feels like when I get the words right. Success feels like this moment. Like like this moment, like when I'm on the nose of it and we understand each other and we embrace each other. That's success. Success wants me to relax and like, oh wow, I feel like in a profound awareness at this moment of like, oh, well, just you want success, so just tap into it. I just asked you what it felt like, and there you were, being it. Success feels like taking my broomstick and tapping on the ethereal marble floors. Thank you, Monica McClure. Success feels like reading someone's work or experiencing someone's art and knowing it. That profound experience that you can only get with art, like experiencing something out of another artist and knowing it. Like so like how I feel with John Bellion, how I feel about Marina, like knowing it. Okay. Okay, so we've done some success. Next question. And thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. That was really fun. And that was actually extremely profound. And I'm gonna my ego's like, whoa, no, 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 that was new. That was new. My ego starts like, okay guys, which file folder are we putting this in? How are we gonna categorize this experience? You okay? Do we need to do that every day? Do we need to do that every day? Do we need to do that every day? That's my ego right now. It's freaking the fuck out. Success feels like mind heart coherence or brain heart coherence, whatever. Now, now. Success also, I have some more success. Success feels like when I'm playing tennis and I'm like aware, like, wait a minute, a champion lives within me and she wants to be let out of her cage. Huh. Success feels like, and now I can feel we're transitioning into abundance because this feels like success and abundance is yoga. When yoga is right. And it's always right, but there are some times that I do it that it's like, oh yeah, we releasing. We are in the perfect physical position and mental position and the coherence between the physical and the mental to release whatever is stored in this hip, or whatever. Does anybody live like me? Success feels like being me. Success feels like so like being my like authentically me and not changing for anybody and like not letting public like fear of public opinion stop me from doing anything that I feel called to do. I feel like I bring light and I hope to bring light and like I hope to be good to people. Of course there's things my ego wants and there's things my ego wants, period. But like truly, truly my heart, like beneath it all, I long to be good to people. Like I long to be a good thing. It feels so special to be a good thing. It feels so profound. I will transition into abundance, okay? Abundance. Abundance feels like laughter. It really, really does. I feel so like, I want to say called to laughter, but like that sounds like I'm called and I like either accept or deny it. Like it's just, it happens organically. But there's oftentimes when I'm just like so like feeling so much and just feeling so grateful that I like just burst into laughter. Like nothing's funny, but like especially at a concert. It seems to happen to me at concerts, like when I'm dancing and I just like burst into laughter because I feel like so full of the gratitude for life, for existence, for beingness. And I am aware, like, outside perspective, like, I'm the lunatic. Like, people are like going home and being like, who was that crazy bitch, like, laughing to herself like that? It was me, I guess. But it's like, if you knew what it felt like, you you wouldn't be pointing. You would be laughing too. Like abundance feels like laughter. Like laughter. Like when I'm at work and like we're overlapping now, but like when I'm at work and I get the words right and I make somebody laugh, when I make a coworker laugh or they make me laugh or like we share a laugh or we have a giggle, like it's special. It's meaningful. It's like I need a tissue. Is that okay? Let me get a tissue. Will you wait for me there? Don't leave. I'm experiencing a lot. I do have underpants on. So, no, it just looked like I didn't, but I do. You want to see? Okay. Anyways. Sorry, my ego she had to like pop in there and just be like this. this for a second. Okay. Abundance. Tell me. Tell me more. What does abundance feel like? What does abundance feel like? What does abundance feel like? It definitely, it feels like this moment where I am charming myself with skin to skin. There's fear of judgment. What are you doing here? Where did you come from? What triggered you? No, you're welcome. Come on in. Fear of judgment. What do you have to say? Is there fear of judgment somehow wrapped up in acceptance of abundance? My mind wants to analyze again. You brilliant thing, you. What if we relaxed? Could we relax? Could we relax? Could we say like, okay, fear of judgment, I see you, but we don't have to analyze. I don't have to know precisely what and who you are, and I can just be with you. We can relax into abundance. Let's start easy. Abundance right now feels like looking into that face. Let's start easy. We're starting with ego. I can see that. Like, and I think that's what like transpired a second ago too when I said what feels like abundance. And the first thoughts were, ooh, were egoic and not like in a not in a judge. I'm not just casting judgment. It's just like it was clear. They were like of the identity of the self that she believes herself to be. They were rooted in that, and I could feel that. And then we jumped to fear of judgment. So I guess it just makes sense we were just in the ego or something. But what does abundance feel like? I guess you have a grasp of what it looks like, or so you think, or so you expect. I will say this though. I do feel abundant when I look into her eyes, the eyes of my vessel, because I see what she knows in her eyes. I see what she is when I look into her eyes. I see what she's aware of. I don't know how to explain it. There's so much expression in her eyes. Like you could read everything, but also there's so much mystery, so you couldn't. But you could read so much of her intention by looking into her eyes. And I think that's why people like, I wanted to say like people fear, but you know, it does take people sometimes like some time to come around to like making eye contact with her. And that's, I don't know, it's interesting. Like, not everybody can hold it with her, and I get it. It's like, oh gosh, I'm thinking about someone right now. Okay. Okay. I have so many romances that can never be, or that I want but I don't want, or that are there and have the potential, but I don't foresee them happening. What does abundance feel like? Maybe abundance is newer to us than we thought. Because, like I said, we have these ideas of what it looks like and these expectations that we've been feeling abundance more recently, and realizing like, oh, it's not the physical things I thought it was. Like, it's better. It's just like, it's not what I thought. And now I'm having one of those profound moments where to accept and allow abundance in its raw, true form, and to really see it, you must also contend with the time spent perceivably away from it. It's on this journey that is something that you experience as you start to allow more joy into your experience. You start to experience joy more. You also, at the same time, begin to see how present the lack of it is and was in a way that you were not aware of before, because your point of comparison was much more limited. Now you've experienced like a higher level of joy, and it's like so profound, like it rocks your entire world, because you're like, wait, I thought the highest state I was experiencing before, I thought that was the ceiling. But then you reach another ceiling and you're like, it's profound and it's beautiful and it's blissful and you experience that, but then you also become like more profoundly aware of the deficit, or like the difference between what you were experiencing before. And you I don't want to say you feel bad for yourself, because that's like a more distorted ego like lens way of seeing it, but you experience that deficit, like it is sad. That's a bit what I feel I'm experiencing right now with abundance. Like, what did I think abundance was before? And that I thought I had it. Because what I'm experiencing now, it's like foreign to me, and the ego is like trying to process right now. What does abundance feel like, Isabella? It feels like her smile, it feels like her laugh, it feels like looking into her face, looking into her eyes. But what if we shut this sentence? What does abundance feel like? It feels like my family. Excuse me. It feels like my family. Whoa. Oh, my mother. It feels like my mother. It feels like my mother. It feels like my mother, my brothers, and my extended family, and the people, and also our lineage, our heritage, our the depth, the cultural depth that exists within our family line. That is abundance. That is abundance. It is a profound abundance to have such a connection to what made you. That is abundance. From there, what does abundance feel like? It feels like my friends, the people in my life. People really are abundance. Like, I cannot believe. People are so profoundly resilient and beautiful. And kind and thoughtful and loving and special and weird. People are fucking weird and beautiful. They're beautiful. And we're capable of so much. Abundance feels like people. It feels like laughing with people. It feels like loving people and being loved by people. Abundance. What does abundance feel like? It's so interesting because there's a couple of things, thoughts of like as I'm searching, which it's telling me a lot, the fact that I'm searching for it. It's like I really thought I knew before, and this I'm in this precise moment becoming aware that I did not know the way I know now, or I had a ceiling of it that I thought was it, and now I've been granted more, been allowed access to more, or I have allowed myself access to more, whatever, and so it's a new ceiling. And I guess there is no ceiling. Like I feel like it can, when you think of like good, like it can only, the degree to which goodness and good feelings, like it's exponential. I wonder if negative, the downs don't feel as exponential. They feel very like they can be equally potently terrible, but they always feel very like cyclical. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't need to focus on it. I don't need to know everything so analytically. I just want to feel abundance. Abundance is definitely this sharpied heart on my hand from the pearl last night. I love that that's how they give you entries with a heart on your hand. That's just so cute. What does abundance feel like? Abundance feels like singing. Abundance, I feel it when I sing. Like in the love of singing, especially when you hit that flow and you're just so you're on the nose of you're on the nose of the thing. My tears. I feel abundance when I read my old journals and my old just anything I've written pretty much because I just feel like, oh my God, there's such an abundance of self, it never ends. Abundance is self. Abundance is what we are. It's so interesting because I've been told that, I've read that, I've said that to myself many times, I've said that to other people, but it feels like now I am experiencing that. Abundance is self, the endlessness of self. Mm. I fear that I have, like, that I future trip, to call it that, to use my friend's words, that I future trip too much, meaning I see like the whole of my life in one moment. I don't, it's not a bad thing, but I guess it's just like sometimes I can cast what is right now outside of me onto the future as if it hasn't happened yet, or as if it only like has happened by the end of my life in a way, like I could only take the sum of my whole life at once I've lived it all, and I can't do that right now. But if let's say I have lived it all and I had to take the sum of my whole life right now, and I don't mean that by saying I have lived it all, I don't mean that I die right now. I mean that I am right now, and I have lived to 85, but I am right now, or whatever age. I am right now the abundance of the whole thing, the self. That I am abundance. Maybe I oughta go and meditate because I feel like it's this is long enough, and now it's getting very, you know. Okay, this will really be an interesting one for me to watch back. That's all I can say. All right, we're closing out here. Peace and blessings and love and wonder and joy and bliss and fulfillment. Um, yeah, let's close out.